First thing, you have to go on this website where you go to the downloads and you can download Toolbox. That's the basic. There is some video instruction manual, everything. Okay. Newest stable version I use 4.07. You click on it. I think what you need is here. I was installing for Bluetooth, but for installing Bluetooth you have to first communicate with NXT with USB, because you have to update firmware, you have to do other stuff, and for that you will need firmware and USB communication, and for that you need NXT driver phantom, because everything is here. Yeah, therefore you need just to click here and download it. Yeah, there's it. Here you will just go to downloads and you will find that NXT2 somewhere. NXT2, you have software, firmware, and download. All three things you need. But all these are in details in this video. He was just step by step doing these things which are written here with the final when he had a Bluetooth communication by Matlab commands. And that's the base you need to add before you start to do our LEGO library. You see that the funny boys are already here. It is not telling much here, but you can do it through I think device. This is where Bluetooth NXT reshow. You just go in it, check properties, details, and here you will find something with Endpoint Address, and this is address which is very important for us. You have to remember it. Yeah, and you see this file is original. I just go, I modified it and make a copy and then do some stuff. Remember this name, you just open it, it will open, and here you write your MAC address and here the name. The joke is, first thing he's checking the MAC address. If he finds it, that's done. If not, he'll find a name. Yeah, therefore you don't need the MAC address actually. This name of the file is important for our next thing. This is the only thing you have to do for configuration stuff. Now we go to the Simulink. The rest is not so important. Let's start from communication, which is the most important. For example, click rightly on this, go in properties, callbacks, and you can see its function. And here you just had what I found and use. I just use some overrun, this global stuff, and this if is empty I use for identifying if it is or not. Actually already used and filled. If it is empty, it was not filled because I created now. If it is, that means if not empty, I don't need to connect it anymore, therefore it's much quicker. It's already connected. If yes, if it's not, it is empty, then I just have to connect it, and here is the name of the file. In other computers I found out is not using this. Actually you have to write whole way to it. For example, you have to add whole way to that file like this, and this is a backup. Actually we save the connection for later and put it in the file which try to not remove, which is called this. The file already exists when you open it, initialization. Okay, that's important. If you've done this, it will open. It's important if you check the stop function. Stop function is what will happen when you stop it. You stop simulation, what I do, or it's just ending the time. It will make this, which is all motors, saved all motors here. It will clear them, make them global, clear them. Okay, and then load the map, the file we already created at the start. That's actually we remove this thing which remembers the list of motors and load the connection information only. Okay, and then make it global. Then when you start a new the running loaded, he will skip this all and go directly away. It will just say global, this is no, okay, it will go away, no necessary connection. doing new connection. One more thing, model close function, which is very important, that after you close the simulation scheme, it will automatically send command which close all NXT bricks which are connected. And that's actually when erases and resets all the motors, all the basic connections. Yeah, if you don't close the simulation scheme, you just run it once, stop it by this button. It will just do what I said, therefore it will not remove the connection, it will not make new connection. But if you stop the scheme, open it once more, you have to run first time, long time connection, which is doing by initialization. Okay, one more important thing. On this block, to double click, you will see there is one more block. Except Bluetooth communication, there is a slowdown block. Okay, it causes that the simulation is not going top speed. Okay, but to get it, you need to add another toolbox thing, add-on. Let me show you. It's you should try to find real-time pacer. Yeah, for Simulink. If you don't know how to do that, you just go to add-ons, get an add-on. Yes, that's better. Okay, and here it is. You just click on it, and it will be downloading stuff. You will just do it. Okay, that's more important. Anything else is nothing here. This was the most important part. After this, all connected functioning. You don't know only one thing, what the variable this one it is. It was created in the next one. If you check it, all others objects, they use it. Actually, it's using only these four. Start with the most complex one, motor. And actually, this time we don't need to go to the properties, because in complex of properties there is actually nothing. All these blocks have nothing there. Therefore, you just double click, and this file is important. You just find this file or just click at it, and it will show. Try to don't modify it if you don't need to. And it's just, you have to write all this information, how many inputs, how many outputs it has. It has to have at least one output. Okay, therefore also the bulbs have the outputs. Then also I have to change it, this is blah 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 blah. Yeah, I need one variable which remembers the type of the, which address is the motor, A or B or D, which port. And then put one output block, initialization should be 0 at start. Yeah, here is the default one, he has to remember, and there is the variable I was talking about. He remembers all parameters of all connected motors. Okay, this is doing nothing, it's commented, and his identification of, if you find a better way, then just modify it and you can do it. This is just simple, not very robust. You can write A or B, C, D, uppercase, lowercase, you convert and use it here. Convert the number from 0 to 3 and open the motor. Now he get all information from the motor to this variable. It's a structure. This structure will be added to this information NXT variable, which will be actually a list of all motors, how they come. And also he remembers the index of the motor for me. And that will be saved for debug. And that's actually what it is. If it's empty, you will create one list, say I'm first. If it's not, then you're actually adding one more and done this. Added new one. And it saves to the variable which we saved before. Outputs, it's important from that because here is actually the reading and writing stuff. Okay, we have to know which variable we need, and now we just what should be the local variable power should be from the input. That means if you check here, from here, if this is the input, it will save, this is how to call the input, it's set to variable power. And the same I will do from the local variable where I saved where am I mean which index have my motor in the list of the motors. Okay, now set new power, that means actually here I will modify the structure of list. This is me in a list of this, and the structure which I want to modify is this variable power, and I set it actually the power which was desired, cut it from -100 to 100. Actually the maximum minimum you can send to the motor anyway. Then this will actually do the modification. You will say you want this, and this will say do it. This is okay, you will make a list of things you will do. Actually I modify only one thing, and this will do it. There are many possibilities what you can do with this Matlab coding there, but this is just basic, which I need for exercise. Actually we need. And last thing, this is the way how to get information what angle we have. Therefore we get the data which actually our position, which will be saving data. It will read what is actually all the information from that motor. Read from it is everything he gave, and we take from it only position and save it as output port. And you can find it here. It will go out. Yeah, you got it? Good. Last thing, last two things. This is just sampling stuff. It has to be there. Yeah, actually I found it from the video. I will probably add to the link where is all the connection Bluetooth stuff and running this. And this is the important stuff we added. Global, and find out who I am, and then tell stop the motor. This will do just that stuff, that when this block is terminated, somehow stopped, whatever done, the motor will be still at the end. Otherwise it will go maybe infinite. Good. That actually everything was necessary for the motor. If I open the others, I mean, for example, one of these three, they are actually the same. The only difference is this picture, which I actually added just mask, edit icon, and you can add here any picture you want. Yeah, it's not important which one. It's not important at all. What is important is only the difference is this. In callbacks there is nothing. Yeah, here is nothing. Only callback is this one. Here you want to just double click, edit, and you can see the program. Difference is it has to have the output, even if it don't need, because the only thing what this does is shining this. Yeah. Therefore it's there, and you will see the changes are actually none. Only I changed the name of this, what was totally not important because I'm not at all using it. And in this variable I'm saving the same as before. I have to remember where the hell I'm saved. And I know the same, nothing changed actually. As I see, actually nothing, no change. Coming here, only here, output is changed. That means we have to understand the logic, how the NXT blocks are working. Bulb is working like motor, exactly the same way. Therefore, I didn't change anything. What is important, it's shining only when you put 100 there. Maybe if you put 50, it would get less, but I make it like this. That means you in this block will send 0 or 1. It means if it is less than 0, 0.5, it will say, okay, send to output 0. That means don't shine, no shining. And if more than 5 or anything else, then just send 100. That means what will happen? It will start shining, that's all. And you just check where am I, all the bullshit as before, and we say, your power sent to 0 or 100. That's the difference. There is a little complication that is this, but it's all actually, we get the information, and no, but actually we don't need it. Actually, really don't need it. There is no reading as before. There was also part where it was reading what is on X. We don't care. It's removed. We just say, okay, send to output directly the power which we generate. Just there is no only 0 to 1. It's useless. I added there. It has to be there. The output there. We should send something there. Okay, that's the same. And termination actually totally the same. that the bulb should not shine. Okay, they're very similar. Now we go, the most easiest parts actually are all these sensors, which we can see very interesting. Okay, therefore, for example, touch sensor is the most simplest. Just double click, add it, and you can see the programming on this block. Don't need any input, these are outputs. As you see, outputs have to be there, but input no. Okay, otherwise nothing change, no change. We have a variable which actually have other meaning here. We'll see very soon. And block output data, that's initialization 0. Okay. And of course, look the change. Means you don't write ABC, but 1, 2, 3, 4. And he will convert it to actually 1 to 0 to 1, because that he understands. You can write also this, but like bullshit. Okay, that's all. And that actually he gets save this to the data. We save something else, like motor and the bulb, just for the change. We're using it. Actually, we can read it directly from the input permanently, actually from the readings, but I like it. I just added it. It's not necessary. Okay, and then S2 is equal blah blah blah. But after you have to do all the shit conversions. Yeah, I don't need it now. It's outputs. Yeah, save it to S2. And if S2 is pressed, send to output 1. If not, send to 0. You have to understand this is Boolean output, not integer or real. Therefore, it's this override, which is very simple and effective. Okay, and send to output port the data which we created here. 1 or 0 if it's not pressed or pressed. That's very simple. This is the same, and terminate actually just closing the sensor. Simple. Okay, you just double click, edit, and you can see all the information is very the same, except the same meaning, except output. Yeah, open ultrasonic, but you have to do that other command which do it, opening. Same music, other words. Okay, the same thing, and this, wait, open. Outputs are here. What we are doing directly returns the centimeters. What we should do, just taking out. You will get information from the sensor, it's in centimeters. If you return it, you will send it to output. Output to recover is this one. It will be out. Good. And this is the ending. Close the sensor is the same command as before. No change. Yeah, this is very similar. Just other command for the same. If you like it, I will just show you. Okay. There are little differences. If you see this, there are two parameters as the same as the license. The first one I programmed this number 4. That's an address, and this is the way how you want to show the force of the sound. Yeah, it's a decibel. There is dB and dBA, but you can change it, whatever. You can see here this, and no change, no change. You just have to actually know. You have to write here number 2 because you have 2 parameters. You add one more non-tunable, and it's done. That's the change. You come here, identify. I need only one variable, sensor port. I'm remembering just the port here. Yeah, 0, 2, 3. That's what I do with sensors. Okay, continue the same speech. Just you do this mode. You will just did data which you saved, make it upper, and mode make it. It can be, if it is string dB, if it's not dB, it will write dBA. If it is dB, it will let it dB. It's simple. You can't make mistake. It's overriding. If you write anything else, it will be dBA. Therefore, I write dBA. Hearable scale. It should scale it and use only that's hearable one, and scale it for that. Okay, open some the other command doing the same stuff, mode and the port address. No other change, only outputs are just getting the port data, get sound, save it, send it to output. And then closing the same way. Blah. Light sensor is very similar to this one with complexity. We'll just open it, double click, edit. You two parameters, and you have active and inactive. Inactive is doing just getting light, and how strong it is, he will tell you. If you're active, he will show lighting, a green color light on the ground, and it reflects back. And he will calculate that one. For my action, I was using passive one. Inactive. Two parameters, do not enable, blah blah blah, and license support, blah blah blah. Nothing easy. Everything easy if you know what to do. Thank you, Martin, for helping to understand this. Okay, mode, upper block, blah blah blah. The same, just checking active and inactive, and then send it. Creation, you have to understand the blocks, you have to understand the commands, you have to understand S-function type 2. That was the part, and Google it out, and combine it and make something working, because Matlab is not supporting NXT tools anymore, just Evolution tool. Therefore we have to create something what we can use and not buy new super hardware. The same way, the same music, other words. Yeah, who loves music? Everyone. Okay, compass is actually very simple because only one parameter, and it's totally the same as ultrasonic sensor. Just commands are different. Yeah, one stuff, one parameter, one port. You just take it and address, open compass, the same, the same. You just get data. It's the same way of that one. It's returning angle of the north in degrees Celsius. No, sorry, in degrees. Okay, that's all. As you see, it's very simple. It's creation. When you know what to do, after a while, learning is easy. Difference between these two is actually very simple. There is only one thing. We go to properties, go to callbacks. The only difference is this name of file, which you have to create before, as I already showed you. This one. Oh no, I closed it already. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. You just call NXT, or I created a new one where it's written retro and other address. You just can modify one here and change the name and the address or after the name, and here connect to the right one. That's all you have to do, and it's working.